I've been very negative on the box office money so far for Shazam. So what can I do to reverse this around? What can I do to spin things around and put nothing but good news out there for Shazam? Let's do a little bit of shilling for Shazam. So Wonder Woman is a good place to start. Wonder Woman is also a DC movie, and Wonder Woman had a very, very, very good run compared to Wonder Woman's opening week and opening weekend. So you can call Wonder Woman's opening weekend bad, because it is bad compared to a lot of bigger films, but it then had a very, very, very good run. So let's go with that with Shazam. So let's say that Shazam's opening weekend, in the scheme of how much money it's going to make, is bad, and let's say its opening week, in the scheme of things, is bad for Shazam. Let's go with that there. So to begin with, Wonder Woman made $103 million on her opening weekend and made a total of $412 million. So that's pretty much spot on a 4 times multiplier from the opening weekend to the total box office. So Shazam had a total of $56,830,326 as of Sunday midnight. That is the opening weekend money, although there's another $3 million that some people don't count. Let's count the $3 million. So if we multiply that by 4, if we say it's going to earn at the same ratio that Wonder Woman earned, that means we're looking at a total box office gross for Shazam in the US domestic market of $227 million. So we'll call it $230 million. So $230 million gross for Shazam in the US domestic market. So $230 million, that will put it above the Lost World Jurassic Park from 1997, and it'll put it slightly under Doctor Strange. I thought it would get better results than that, but okay, absolute best case scenario here, it's going to get about Doctor Strange money from the US domestic market. And if we look at the up-and-coming weekend totals, Wonder Woman lost 43%, had a 43% reduction from her first weekend to second weekend. So if we apply a 43% reduction from Shazam's $56.8 million opening weekend, we will get a weekend number for this upcoming weekend of $32.4 million. So $32.4 million for Shazam this weekend. That's a pretty good result. That'll keep it in line with the Wonder Woman money. And if we also do the same thing for the week, Wonder Woman had a reduction of 42% for week 1 to week 2. So Shazam has got just under $70 million right now for the first week. So if we reduce that by 42%, we get a second week box office for Shazam of $40.5 million. So is there any other good news we can look at? What else can we spin for Shazam? Well, if we look at the international numbers for Shazam, they're coming in slowly, so we don't really have some really good up-to-date stuff. But if we look at the official weekend opening for China, we've got $29.6 million for Shazam. So just under $30 million opening money for China. And if we look at The Last Jedi's box office opening money for China, we get only $28.1 million. So we've got more money from China on the opening weekend for Shazam than The Last Jedi made from China. Okay, and if we look at the total international gross on Box Office Mojo for The Last Jedi, we get $712 million. So we've got $712 million, and we only opened to $28 million in China. And so Shazam has opened to more than $28 million in China, so we could say that it could earn more than $712 million internationally. So Shazam could be on track right now to get $730 million internationally. So if we add the $730 million to the previous $227 million US domestic money that we've calculated, we'll call that $230 million. So if we add the $730 million internationally to the $230 million domestically, we'll get $960 million total worldwide gross for Shazam. So $960 million, it will not quite crack the $1 billion mark, so it'll probably be around about the 103rd biggest film ever, maybe 102nd biggest film ever. But that's what we can do if we can get some Wonder Woman ratios, not Wonder Woman money, but just the ratio that Wonder Woman had over this weekend, next weekend, and so on. And if we're able to sustain the China dominance and the international dominance that Shazam has right now over the top of what The Last Jedi did. Now, we could take it maybe a step further and just look at The Last Jedi's total gross. Okay, The Last Jedi made about $1.3 billion. And so if Shazam is beating The Last Jedi in China, maybe we could say it should get more than $1.3 billion. So it's possible that right now Shazam could get more than $1.3 billion because it is beating The Last Jedi in China, and China has got a very large market. They spent nearly $10 billion on movie tickets last year, 2018, so there's plenty of Chinese money to go around. We could be looking at over $1.3 billion gross for Shazam. That is about the most I can push it. I don't think I can realistically say that Shazam could earn more than that. So without more data, there's nothing I can say actually disproves that this could happen. Okay, this could still happen until we get Friday's box office amounts and until we get the full week updated from China. This could happen. I don't have any information that tells me that there is a 0% chance of this happening at all. $1.3 billion or more for Shazam, total worldwide gross. So what do we need to see on Friday to make this a remote possibility? What do we need to get this $32 million weekend? Okay, to get a $32 million weekend, we probably need somewhere in the neighborhood of $9 to $9.5 million for Friday. Okay, so if we can get $9 or $9.5 million at the US domestic box office for this Friday, then we could be on track to get the $32 or $33 million. Okay, that's what we basically need. Now, it is possible if we don't get the $9 million, it could still get the $33 million, but that's really what we need. So, are we going to get $9.5 million, or are we going to get less than that? So that's really the main thing to look at. If we get $9 or $9.5 million, we're on track for Wonder Woman type money, but not the actual money, but the ratio. Okay, we're still not looking at earning Wonder Woman money. We're not getting $400 million in the domestic box office, but we're looking at the kind of ratio that Wonder Woman went at. So 9.5 or $9 million, that's what we're looking for. We'll see what the official numbers hold for Friday. Maybe there's still some excellent news in store for Shazam. Shazam could still earn over $1 billion. We'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.